In addition to all the extraordinary things that 1-805 does, they have a counseling service where they counsel over 700 responders, and this alone prevented 24 suicides. And Sam knows all too well how beneficiary the 1-805 counseling services are. So before we start talking about that, tell us why you wanted to be a firefighter.
Well, I think because I knew one day I was going to do anything.
That's good.
It was my ticket.
It was your ticket. Okay.
I think, I come from a large family, and I like the idea of going to a larger family. I now have 250 brothers and sisters that, I would give my life for them, and I know they would return to do that for me. And there's a bonus, I get to help people. I get the training, all the support we need to be able to help people in almost any situation.
I often wonder what kind of person you have to be to run into danger when the rest of us are running out. So were you that kind of kid?
Well, I have 3 older brothers, so they would kind of get to me pretty good. So. Yeah, it toughened me up, and again, just going back to that team mentality, and we would bicker, but when we all worked together, we could accomplish a lot.
Yeah. All of us who were here that night when the mudslides happened and the debris flow came, for me, I remember waking up, all the dogs were in the bedroom, 5 dogs started barking, and when the gas main blew. Where were you? What was happening?
So yeah, I was at Station 12 in Goleta, and we pulled out of the station, and we could see the glow, and we didn't really know what was happening.
I thought we'd been nuked. I thought it was the end.
Initially, it came across as a structure fire, and then we got there, the situation developed, and it obviously turned into what it was.
Yeah, and so then you were one of the first, obviously, on the scene.
Yeah.
What did you see?
Yeah, so, I knew quickly that it was going to be a really tough morning, and, I saw things that I'll never forget. Children, both...
You're good. You're doing it. You're doing it.
Children, both that are still here with us today and some that aren't. And I remember I spoke to my wife, Erica, shout out. That morning when I finally got on the phone with her, and she asked how I was, I said I just had the worst morning of my life. And it was tough, and there was so much sadness that was in that morning. But again, being part of that team and us moving through and saving people and bringing them out and trying to do everything we possibly could was so special.
So Sam, how long does that stay? You were saying you would never forget it your whole life. So how long was it like in your spirit and couldn't rid yourself of it before you went to 1-805 for help?
It was on a loop in my head every day. Leaving work and coming home, because I drove through Montecito, and I recognized that I needed counseling services, and thankfully through 1-805 I was able to get those services, and they helped me in ways that I can't even explain.
Yeah, so what exactly happens when you go in and you say, I think I need help, and they just open up their arms and do it?
It has to be as easy as it is. I called a phone number and I was there the next day. It was that easy.
Yes. And so, do you still get triggered? Do you still, like recently when we were told all to evacuate again, do you still think, oh no, it's happening again?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I think that's natural. I was speaking to someone earlier. As first responders and community members, it's natural that we feel that way. It's acknowledging it and making sure that we don't get in that rut of not stop thinking about it.
Did you know there was something like 1-805 before this happened to you?
No.
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 I mean, again, the fact that it's so easy and it's offered to all first responders, our spouses, our children, we all benefit from it as a community when myself, our spouses, other first responders are at their best, because you guys need us at our best.
Yes. And we appreciate that you are at your best. Let's hear it for Sam Dudley! Can we just talk about Rhonda as a service dog for a moment? How did Rhonda come to be?
Yeah, Rhonda is the best. So one of the things we do after a critical call where something like the debris flow happens, we all get in a circle and we all talk about our feelings, which is extremely hard for a bunch of tough firefighters. So I thought a good icebreaker would be to get an emotional support dog, Rhonda.
Yeah.
And she lightens up the room and gets people to open up, which is our goal.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you for your heart.
Yeah.
Thank you for your courage. Thank you, Sam Dudley. Thank you. And now, it's time. Stay right here, Sam. Thank you. Listen, it's a good night when the one and only, the extraordinary, a founding board member of 1805 and fantastic musician, Alan Parsons is here!